for the past couple of weeks, censorship has gotten out of control. I didn't really cover the whole Steam thing. I didn't talk about it because I didn't really care about it too much. But now it's just getting out of control. You have the age verification thing, which it started with porn sites, okay? Which I get, they want to keep kids off of porn sites. That makes a lot of sense because a lot of porn sites are meant for adults and people over the age of 18, okay? They're not meant for kids, okay? They even say so, that if you're under 18, don't visit this site. That's simple. But, you know, instead of parents, you know, maybe actually doing the job and, or these sites allowing parents to have parental controls over what sites they can do, what sites they can block as well. Because I do think parents should be allowed to, block sites on the internet so kids can't access certain sites. Nintendo, I think, does that, ironically. But there was no real, way to prevent your kids. And I know people but that's authoritarianism, but it's a kid does not know everything about the world. I must tell you this. Kids do not understand the world, especially sites that are not meant for kids, obviously, like porn sites, obviously. But now, they're now requiring you to get in Australia, they're now requiring you to give you your ID so you can freaking use Google. It's just ridiculous at this point, okay? As well. Instead of, maybe telling, and I really do think, this is 100% because of boomers, okay? Because boomers hate the internet, okay? You know why boomers hate the internet? Because the internet does not like boomers, okay? And because the internet makes fun of boomers, they made it the miss in the center of the internet so people can't access the internet. No fun for... If I'm being made fun of, no fun for everybody. And it just sucks that boomers have such control over our laws and societies. Over our laws, over what we can do and can't do. But there'll be a time when we take power, when people that are not boomers, because boomers have basically ruined everything, okay? They have ruined, everything, okay? Most problems we have today can be traced back to a lot of the careless actions the baby boomers have done. Okay, I don't want to go to a full depth of it, but it's just ridiculous that we have an entire generation that is so selfish and so self-centered that they don't, that instead of giving the kids jobs, their grandchildren jobs, or great grandchildren even, no, let's give it to these people who were born, and let's just say, Colombia. No, let's give it to those people. They're more important than my own grandchildren and my own great grandchildren. Okay, and it's not and it's applied to all races of boomers. It's not not just white boomers, black boomers, Hispanic boomers, all groups of boomers, because boomers are just a selfish generation, and especially how they're treating the internet. Same thing of them trying to ban video games because they don't play video games. They think video games are the problem. Okay, they have no problem with violent movies or violent TV shows because guess what? TV shows and movies existed when boomers were growing up. Same thing with music that was explicit. But all of a sudden, it's video games that are the problem. Okay? Crime is going up. It's totally because of the video games, right? Even though there are a few crimes that were because of video games. But the vast majority of crimes are not because of video games. There are some that are inspired by violent action movies. But of course, boomers will like to ignore that one. And now we're having all of this censorship because boomers are losing power. Okay? They're losing the power, so they want to censor everybody and everything, which is kind of sad at this point. And this is in Australia. Now, it's not the UK, okay? But this is probably coming to the UK too. Probably not the US, but yeah. Goodbye.